Sometimes. Okay. We're on the tablet. So once again, you know, I'm having trouble. So I got a message on you know, a Facebook message this morning. I'll check that. Oh, I gotta do my fingernails. We are. Good morning, Jeannie. Hi, girl. Oh, it's so good to see you. Good to see friendly people, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Julie's like, where's my payment, Mama? Where's my payment? Yeah, we're still in Colorado, and I do not even have a trailer behind me after what happened. Mr. Dooley's getting paid for his appearances. Mr. Dooley getting paid. Oh my goodness. Quilty, Crochet. Good morning. Yes, we're... Oh, what a story. Let's let a few more people get in, and we will whoo-wee. It's been a tough month. You know, I haven't been able to access my email on either device. So it's got to be Verizon, right? It's got to be something going on there with my account. I can go live, but there have been very few times I've been able to actually upload, you know, a regular video. So I'm dealing with that. Good morning, Sandra. Yeah, and then I was at the shipper for 8 hours yesterday before I finally said, you can have your load back because I'm done. I am done. Yeah, so... they couldn't get the weights right, and after 8 hours, it's like, this guy, you know, he needed to do more than just run to the nearest you know, cement barrier to lift his leg. He needed a walk, right? He needed to get off of this truck. Excuse me. So yeah. Oh my goodness, I haven't, oh, I need my coffee. Hang on, I left my coffee up front. That's not a good place for it. And I gotta turn my Qualcomm so I can see if a message comes in. Okay, we got the brightness up, and we got the, okay, got that. And I gotta change it to sleeper berth, because that's where I'm at. Okay. And go to, yeah. I gotta watch and see, you know, when the messages come in, because they're working on a different load for me instead of going to Moreno Valley, because that load, it's like, we're done. I'm done with that load. That load doesn't get me home either, and obviously I'm burned out. I am a complete trucker burnout right now. Dooley and I need some crochet and motorhome time. We need yarn bus time, right? There's a fly in here. Hello. Hello. We don't like flies, huh, Dooley? So I'm just getting ready to take my vitamins. Whew. So I am slowing down on the so if you saw over on the other channel, good morning. Good morning. I just saw who else is coming in. Just good morning. Cool. Cool. Okay. So, you know, on my other channel, on the Two Ponies channels, I talked about this, you know, prevention protocol that, you know, my doctor had a, you know, a list of, you know, nutrients and, you know, that like vitamin C and blah, 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 and all these nutrients that were, you know, supposed to reach these super huge thresholds. Well, when I finally got enough of the vitamins, you know, to reach those thresholds, good morning, Ellen, I wonder if it was too much, you know, because you can get too many. And yes, there were, and just like I said in my video, first you talk to your doctor about these, you know, levels. And yes, you can get too many vitamins. And, you know, I want to address the idea that we're supposed to get all of those nutrients from food. Our food has declined in nutrient levels for decades. And no, you can't reach those levels by eating food. But I am, you know, pretty adamant about using plant-based. Good morning, Susan. Plant-based, you know, supplements like Nutrilite to get those nutrients. Because as far as I'm concerned, if these are pure, pure plant-based, I am getting it from food, right? So just wanted to address that. So this morning I've got my double X. We're gonna, ooh, it's warm. We need to pop open a window there. Yeah, let's get some air in here, huh, Dooley? So Dooley is making appearances this morning. At least the top of his head. Eggs made from plants. Yeah, well, you know, I eat a lot of protein and fat. I cut out the carbohydrates because I'm an Atkins girl. Because I used to weigh 310 pounds. And that is a miserable lifestyle. I mean, and people don't understand what happens to your body. Good morning, Wendy. When we gain weight, you know, it's not just a physical change. There are chemical changes in our brains that make it, you know, the more weight we gain, that the chemical changes in our brains make it harder and harder to lose weight, because the chemicals like, no, I need that, blah, blah, blah. And you got this fight going on between your conscious mind and your subconscious mind, and what's going on. Those chemicals, there are chemical changes in your brain. The more weight gain, the more those chemical changes, you know, fight against you. Yeah. So yeah, and how hard is that to get rid of, Jeannie? It is super hard. It is, you're almost throwing yourself against a brick wall. And it doesn't matter how much it hurts and breaks bones and makes you bleed to throw yourself up against that brick wall. You have to keep throwing yourself up against it. And it's, and people who will look at someone who's overweight and say, oh, it's so hard. And say, oh, you're just a fat, lazy slob. No. That is not the truth. And yeah, we can give up. I don't know how many times I gave up. I was just in despair. Total despair. And it can be you know, like a downward spiral on, you know, in the depression, where, yeah, your willpower does go down the tube, because the more willpower you try to muster up, the more, you know, the chemicals in your brain will sabotage you. So, yeah, I get it. Totally get it. And I don't like fat shaming. No, that makes me angry. And I am no skinny mini today either. But I am way more healthy than I was, like, you know, on my wedding day. Let's see if I can find a picture of me back then. Let's try to find a picture. People are mean, you know, and a lot of times I try to remember, and I don't always remember because I struggle with my own attitude, right? That those people, there's a hole in their life. Take lots of vitamins too, a senior stress vitamin, CD, zinc. Yeah, see all of that, you know, I have a list from the doctor, and, you know, I also video conference with my doctor and Elizabeth, you know, because I feel that any health decision that I'm going to make is not going to be based on the government. It's not going to be based on any entity within the government. Yeah, you don't get them from your food. The media, from Facebook, the latest Facebook, expert, those people, and those entities are not going to tell me what is best for me. My doctor and I had a conversation, and I encourage everyone, before you make decisions, chat it out with your doctor. Exactly. Everyone is different, and to shame somebody because they're not doing what you're doing on whatever side of the fence you're on, really, don't base that on what you see on TV. Please. Base your own personal decisions on a conversation with your doctor, right? And honestly, it clears up a lot of confusion because we're getting all kinds of, different, one fact's gonna, supersede the fact they gave you last week. And so just don't go to your own doctor, talk to your own doctor. So when I talk about supplements and what kind of levels to be at, I video conferenced because I got this list from the doctor in Idaho through a friend of mine, but I video conferenced with my doctor in Colorado. Good morning, Judy. Yeah. And it's amazing that I'm able to video conference. I'm able to go live, but I can't upload a video. I can't check my email. I actually got a Facebook message yesterday that I need to respond to, and it's on both devices. So yeah, I'm jumping around on subjects here. So I see Judy, and it's like, Judy, I've been trying to figure out how to get a hold of you because I'm having internet trouble. But as far as internet trouble, hopefully by the time they get me home, please get me home. I'll be able to get on my laptop and the Wi-Fi there and get caught up. I need to get caught up. So anyway, back to my vitamins. So, those levels, at first I was feeling really great, but I think I need to back off, and I'm going to have another video conference with my Elizabeth, Colorado doctor about these levels. Because I don't know if it was just the stress, if it's just because I'm burned out, but I'm going to admit a terrible thing. I felt murderous towards another truck driver yesterday, and I got out of my truck and I let him know. Yeah, too much can be toxic. So, when we're talking about these, elevated levels of vitamins and supplements, I think it's another thing where you've got to be careful. You've got to, figure out what is best for you. How much do you actually absorb? And also, I believe that these plant-based, highly, easily dissolved supplements, I may be actually absorbing more than the average person. Let's say you go to Nature's Way, or synthetic vitamins, you may not be absorbing as much. And I think I'm absorbing more because I'm using the Nutrilite plant-based. That's just a guess. That's a question I'm going to have to ask my doctor. Yeah. And I don't believe we get enough nutrients, even if you're eating a balanced diet. Hello, crafty Grandma Jeannie. Hello. So, even if, let's say I was growing on my own food, am I going to have everything I eat tested for its nutrient level? Or am I going off of a chart that I got off of the internet, right? No. And obviously, not everybody's in a position to grow all their own food and eat a perfectly balanced diet. This is where I live, right here. Oh, I'm so happy to see all of you. It's just wonderful. So, and the person who made that comment under that video, very valid points, but, God bless her. Yeah, very intelligent points. But here's my rebuttal. I don't believe we get all those nutrients from food, everything we need. Not anymore. I believe over the last decades, our food nutrient levels have been depleted more and more. And just to be sure, we have supplements. Good morning. Good morning, Ty. Yeah. So that's why, and good morning, Sarah. Diva, Lori, hi. So, I believe this is going to be a process of finding the exact amount of supplements that I'm going to be taking. So I don't know if my mood was affected when things didn't. Oh, thanks, Judy. So much hydroponics. Dooley, oh, that's okay. He is not offended. He is not offended. You want to see him? He's like laying with his back to me, but he's pushing his back up against mine. So he's a spooner. That dog is a spooner. Good morning, Sylvia. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, as soon as I get my supplements taken, we'll have to tell the story of yesterday over at the brewery trying to get a load out of there. I ended up handing them their paperwork back and asking them, where do you want me to park the trailer? Because you can have your load back. After 8 hours. Yeah, everybody misspells it. Not healthy soil. Okay, so yeah, so what are you saying, girl? That it's better to grow it, in that water system with the roots, or it's not better, because I haven't actually studied that. I used to have one of those. What are they called? It's like a big thing that you put like herb or tomato pods in. Working on half crochet peach sea foam baby blanket. Oh, that's awesome. You know that thing that everything he likes. Some of the supplements, and if he thinks I should walk away from others, yes. See, those are conversations we should have with our doctors. So I started at this one protocol. She said, yes, let's start at this. Let's see how that goes for you, and then we will revisit it about how you feel. So literally, I lost it with that driver yesterday. And you know what? Coors, the guys at Coors, they backed me up because he was in the wrong. And, I deal with a lot of disrespect just in life. So, we learn to deal with that and just kind of go, whatever, have a nice day. So, we just... Yeah, see, all natural vitamins. That's what these are. These are all natural, like plant-based. So if you have a favorite brand, go to that. But I do highly recommend, having a discussion with your doctor about, what kind of things, with your lifestyle you might be deficient in. Like I'm not deficient in iron. There's no iron deficiency or protein deficiency in my life because I'm an Atkins girl, right? So, yeah. So anyway, I don't know if it's affecting my mood. Good. There's another brand, All Natural Sunrise. And Aniva, I think is how to pronounce that. Did I say that right? See, there's other ones, All Natural. What I like about these is they're they have these farms all over the world where they grow these, the ingredients for their supplements. They're highly soluble. I mean, they're almost immediately dissolved. So yes, by a doctor. Okay, so Aniva, Neutralite, they used bug warfare rather than pesticides. And to run off, birds that might be picking at their fields, they use like a falconer to use this bird of prey to, all he does is he runs, the other birds off of the farm and then comes back to the falconer. That's another cool thing about Neutralite. Every single element of one of these pills can be genetically traced back to the field, back like tens of generations, right? Cool. So that would be highly soluble, the sunrise. Yeah, and I would say the same thing about that Aneva, if you can rub it into your skin. This was the first vitamin supplement company, I believe, don't quote me, in the world. And this started in 1949 when doctors were telling people that you don't need vitamin supplements. Are you kidding? Hello, Melanie from North Carolina. Hello. So anyway, I'm a Nutrilite girl. I believe in the science and development that it, has progressed, over the years. I believe in the company, and their business plan. Are you going down there to get a drinky? Go ahead, baby. Go ahead, baby. He needs a drinky. So there's my double X. I love the coffee thing that comes out of it. Yeah, I think it's a cat, isn't it? I think that's a cat. It's like a wild cat of some kind. I watched, what movie was that where that guy read the article about that kind of coffee? I think it was called The Bucket List. I think it's funny. It's probably very good tasting coffee. I don't believe I've ever tasted it. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on up. Mama's out of your way. Yeah. Okay, so he got himself a drinky. So we're gonna crochet. I'm waiting for either. You guys are on my tablet today. I'm waiting for either a phone call or a Qualcomm message to tell me that the load going to Everett, Washington is ready. In the meantime, I'm going to relax. I know. I know. Let's draw a line at the cat poop coffee. It's probably very good coffee. And if I found out that I drank it, oh yeah, I got to talk to my baby. And I find out later that I drank the cat poop coffee. I'm assuming they clean it. Okay, so vitamin B dual action. Let's see. 1 tablet, 1 time a day. Okay, so we got that. And I'm taking concentrated fruits and vegetables, 1 tablet. I was taking like double up on these. I'm not going to do that today because, I was under a lot of stress yesterday and I may be completely burned out, but I'm wondering if taking that many nutrients maybe affected my mood. But yeah, they take advantage of truck drivers. They expect us to be machines. I'm not a machine. I'm a woman. And sometimes I let myself get, emotional. I love it. This morning I was told that there was somebody who uploaded a video just to say that, I'm not into drama. Just saying. Well, if you're uploading a video that says, I'm not into drama, but here's what happened. You're into drama. And I'm not going to say I'm not into drama because I don't have the grace and poise and probably the maturity of people like Reggie at J Hook Crochet or evidently. Hi, Pat. Oh yeah, for 100 and what is that? 3? Yeah, getting drama started in rumor mark. Yeah, 103. Yeah, so okay, yes you are. You don't know the definition of drama, but people like Selena Baca. We have like Rose. Rose likes crochet. Smells great guy. All of the Fiber Spider. All these people I always admire. You guys are so mature and gracious, and you don't let yourself get sucked into this junk. And I don't catch myself at first, but I catch myself this is, you know, one of my downfalls. I get myself, you know, sucked in at first, and then I'm like, well, like yesterday, immediately I was like, same person. Oh, you're going to do a crochet tutorial on one of mine? Whatever. Now I'm like, Dana, who cares? Kick it to the curb. Who cares? Okay, so Heart Health Omega. I'm going to 3 of these one time a day. Okay, so I can do that. And I can divide these up throughout the day. I'm not taking as much as I did, say, yesterday and the day before, because, yeah, I lost it yesterday. I lost it. So here's what happened. I get up about 5 o'clock in the morning usually. And so I get up at 5. The coffee's made because it's a, you know, programmable coffee maker. You know, so I get my coffee going. I feed the poopster, the pooping dog. And go lives anymore. They act sweet and innocent. Behind the scenes, they are bullies and scammers. Jeannie, amen, girl. Amen. And I let myself get sucked into that sometimes. And I feel like I'm getting better, but like yesterday, I was just like immediately, really? You asked me if I would mind about that tutorial. And when I said no, because of the person that we're talking about, she did it anyway. Yeah, it finds me. It's like, I just don't have the grace and poise that people like Reggie, Selena, Rose, Smells Great Guy, you know, Fiber Spider, you know, D, you know, these people just have grace and poise and maturity, and it's like, Dana, you got to get more like those people. They just let it, you know, they just ignore it, and they don't do that crap, and they don't let themselves get sucked in, right? I sometimes do. And I need to get better at that. Okay. And my second double X, I'm still working on this. So anyway, yesterday, you know, I you know, and then I ran over. Normally you don't like Coors, they load heavy. But my next fuel stop was going to be in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So I went and added a little bit of fuel, almost full, not quite full, to my truck, because literally they can keep you at a quarter tank, you know, hitting every fuel stop every, you know, 50 miles. If you don't go in there heavy, you know, with fuel, and then they're overweight, and you're like, nope, you got to fix it. Because at first they teach you don't fuel, you know, before you go in, because they load heavy. Well, those of us have been stuck in that situation before. We're like, nope, going in with fuel, because if I have to stop every hour to put fuel in this truck, and I don't have that many, you know, authorized fuel stops with this company, you know, like literally Denver to Albuquerque to, you know, Jamestown, New Mexico to Winslow, Arizona, you know, we have a list. We can't just stop every hour. So, and that's just how some companies work to, you know, maintain their, let me do that one at night. Here's the vitamin C, once a day. Okay. To maintain, you know, and keep their fuel costs, you know, down, because fuel's the biggest cost. Yeah. Oh, there's a liver support. We'll do that too. So I went in, you know, with almost a full tank. Liver support's going to be twice a day. I'm going to put that over there. And this over here. Okie dokie. There's my double X. There's that one. There's that one. And CalMag D. I take calcium, magnesium D at night because, you know, very concentrated forms of calcium like that, it's like drinking a warm glass of milk, can make you sleepy. Okay, I only need that once. Okay, so I think we're good. Yeah, I'm lowering my levels. I'm going to put this one over here. for later. But these I'll take this morning. We're just going to do this, you know, not 3 times a day like before. Not as many. And I'm going to talk to my doctor about it so that, yeah, it may or may not have affected my mood yesterday. There it is. Pick it up with all the dog hair. Yay! So then I'm going to crochet. I'm going to crochet and get a hook in my hand while I'm sitting around waiting for a load. Where's my water? Right there. Okay. And I did not eat. Yeah, it can be. And I don't know if the properties of milk in that form, the mucus and inflammation, is part of the calcium, you know, the concentrated calcium, or what. Yeah. So a lot of calcium, concentrated form of calcium, which we need, especially as we get older, calcium with magnesium and added vitamin D, you know, we do need that as we get older. Hello, Susan. And so, you know, it's taking it at night has been what I've done, because otherwise it makes me sleepy. Okay, here we go. Oop, drop one. Okay, we're good. We're good. Now it's coffee time. Put this stuff. I'm going to put this one. I'm going to put the Heart Health Omega, which is the oils, in the last one of the day, and put these others for the middle part of the day. Normally, you know, I'm up at 5, like I was saying, like I started to tell you guys. I'm up at 5 and I take my first handful then. But yeah, basically. Good morning, Cheryl. Okay, so I go to Flying J, get fuel, and I get stocked up for the day with food, you know, the right kind of food. And then I head over to Coors. And what you do is you go in and you slide. It's called sliding your tandems. Good morning, Melanie. So you go in and you go towards trailer inspection. They have to inspect that your trailer's clean and damage free. And while you're waiting in line to do that, you push the button or pull the lever or whatever to you. Actually, the wheels on the trailer, the 2 axles, you slide them to the rear of the trailer. You know, they can come forward or they can go to the rear part of the trailer. So they want them on the rear part of the trailer. It makes it safer for them to drive a forklift onto the trailer from the dock, right? It's more stable. Plus lots of reasons for doing that. So you slide your tandems back and then you check in with the little 12-year-old security person and walk down the hall and tell you I had every single bottle of pop that they had, and that's how you tell your age. So anyway, you know, I opened up the trailer and got you know, the trailer was clean. I had blown it out with my leaf blower. I keep a leaf blower up behind the freezer up on the top bunk. I had done that the night before. Okay, and then ooh, Robert Simmons is live right now too. But so then you take your trailer over to the empty lot where you drop your empty trailer, and it's tight in there. And you know, I'm a 3.5-year driver going on 4 years of driving. I'm better at it than I used to be, but man, I was just already burnt. My eyes were tired, and it took me a couple of tries to finally get that trailer in that spot. And you write down what spot you put it in and the trailer number on the piece of paper they give you. So I dropped the trailer and I let Dooley run him back to lift his leg. And then you go over, you bobtail over, you already have the trailer, the number of the trailer that's already loaded. So you go bobtailing over across the road into that big lot, and you drive around until you finally find your trailer, right? So I back up under the trailer, and a lot of times that trailer's too high. So then you have to crank it down for 10 minutes so that it won't, so that it'll get into the fifth wheel slide, right? So did all that, and I slid the tandems forward. I got the load secured with a load strap, locked it up, and they leave the seal in the back of the trailer. So what you do is you take the seal, and I always write down the seal number right away, and then you drive up onto their scale. So I drove up onto the scale. They want the truck number, trailer number, and where you're headed. And okay, you're overweight by 2,500 on your drives, which is the back tires on my truck, right? I can't fix that. I can't offset 2,500 pounds by sliding the fifth wheel, front and back. I can't offset that much. I'm like, all right, we're going to have to do a rework. And I'm like, whoosah, okay, going to do a rework. And I waited about 3 hours. I was live with you guys for a while. Waited about 3 hours for them to call me and told me to go put the trailer in dock door number 2. Did that. And while I was sitting there, I applied for a couple of other trucking companies because I don't like the way things are going. Something's different here. Hopefully they fix it. And then I called my DM and said, look, I just filled out applications, turned in applications for a couple of other companies, right? Because I should be headed home. Really? Freight out of Denver? There's a lot of manufacturing in Denver. It's not just beer, and it's not just dog food. There's furniture, there's plastic packaging, there's all kinds of, freight coming out of Denver. Oh, but, the few markets that they have cornered have disappeared, right? Okay. So, actually, my DM got a hold of some people after we hung up. It's like, we have to get her home. Because I'm burned out, right? I'm done. And I'm sitting in that door for 3 hours after I talked to you guys on live. And hello there, Hedgehog Homestead. Yeah, so you were there yesterday when I was waiting. Okay, and then I got the green light. I, secured the load, closed the doors, got it all, and then I headed back over to get on the scale. Well, there were... I came in one side and there was a line of trucks kind of going around the corner in line for the scale. Okay, so I went around the back way and I got in line. And so truck number 1, finally got in a position where truck number 1 was on the scale. Truck number 2 was right behind the scale waiting to go on it. And I was kind of across the roadway getting ready to turn right as truck number 3. Because truck number 2, as soon as they got on the scale, then I would get behind them, right? We all take our turns. This is what we're taught in preschool. We take our turns. We get in line. And a driver from CRST, when truck number 2 pulled up on there, I started to pull forward. Oh, and Budweiser in Loveland, Colorado is just, we don't like that place. Okay, so... here I am going to pull up behind truck number 2, who is now on the scale. CRST comes about 20 miles an hour around the whole line, cuts in front of me, and gets behind that truck. I lost it. I lost my composure. Him and I were out there, and I was threatening his life. I was so mad. I had had enough. I had already been there. I'd been there like 8 hours. I was done. Done. Mentally, I had it, right? Dooley had been out a couple times to water a couple of concrete barriers, but Dooley needed to go for a walk. And to hold us hostage for 8 hours, it's inhumane, right? Yeah. So then, the guy who patrols, he's like the shift manager. He's in a pickup. He started to head my way, and all of a sudden, this yard dog, the guys that drive around and move trailers that work right there on the property, he cut him off right in front of me. I'm like, oh great, they're gonna kick me out, right? Because I am out of control. And I was not being a good representation right at that moment. That other guy comes over, he gets off the yard truck, and he walks over to that guy's, and I could see him. He's like, but that guy just cut in front of her. The two of them walked over That guy was on the scale, and both of them got out of their vehicle and went over and had a conversation with him, and they're both shaking their heads at him like, this does not happen here. That was not okay. And when I was arguing with him, he's like, really? Where were you? I didn't see it. Well, that's gaslighting, and that's a narcissist right there. He was trying to gaslight me. Really? I didn't see you. Where were you? Really? You didn't see the 53-foot trailer and all the other trailers backed up behind me that you got in front of? Don't play those, you got a personality disorder, dude. Well, I probably do too. But they handle that. So then after he gets off the scale, I'm on the scale. And I think I was on the phone with my company at the time when she came, okay, so now you're 2,500 pounds overweight on the axles on your trailer. And I go, I can't fix that. And I'm not waiting here another 8 hours for you guys to fix it. You can have your load back. I'm out of here. And I don't know what she was saying. I just rolled off the trailer. I just rolled off the scale very, very slowly. I was making sure I wasn't trying to ram anybody. And I pulled up to the staging area and I get out with the paperwork. I'm like, she tried to hand me the slip. I said, no, here's your load. Here's your paperwork. Here's your seal. And she said, well, we need the seal in the back of the trailer again. I said, okay, where would you like me to park that trailer? I will do that. And then I'm out of here. And the whole time I'm on the phone with Katie at work, right? I'm like, because I'm done. You guys have held me here for 8 hours and I'm trying not to lose it with you. I was trying my best not to swear and scream at them, but my voice is loud anyway, of course. I don't need a microphone to do videos, right? So she's like, put it in the back of the trailer and park it over there. Please slide the tandems back. I'm like, I will absolutely do that. So I did. And I bobtailed over here to the TA. And here I am hoping that I still have a job. But, at one point they asked me to wait. They're like, we might have another load for you coming out of there. So hang on. Like, great. I get to do the drive of shame past the scale. So I'm parked there and another, the yard dog that had stood up for me, he went by and he kind of waved at me and I appreciated that. Good morning, Verna. And so then another yard dog came over there and he's like, do you need anything? Are you okay? What's your status now? I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. I've been here for 8 hours, waiting on a load to get reworked. And I gave the load back. Hi, Alicia. Because I'm not waiting another 8 hours for the load to get reworked. And plus that jerk cut in front of me goes, yeah, I'm sorry about that. Do you need any food or water? I'm like, no, I've got everything in here. I appreciate that. I'm probably going to be bobtailing out. So there's my horrible story from yesterday. Now this is trucking. This is trucking. A lot of guys maybe would have just, they probably would have punched that guy out at the scale, but they I don't know if other guys would have stayed there and held on to that load. It's like, I didn't even want to go that direction anyway. I want to go home. My home time was coming up and they were not getting me there. That's for sure. And so what was going on in the background was my DM was Kathleen was actually talking with everybody, getting everybody involved to say, hey, we need to find a broker load to get her back to Idaho. She is losing it. So hopefully I'm not going to, well, with my loud voice, I'm not sure how, even though I was smiling at him, like, okay, I will do that. I will park it over there and I won't do, donuts in your parking lot. And hopefully, nobody's too upset at me today. So yeah, I let myself get sucked in at times. And sometimes I don't have, the emotional maturity to, probably handle that the way one of our corporate people would have handled it. or the way people like Selena Baca or Reggie or, all of these people would have handled that way better than me. It's a lot of stress. And so, yeah, as a woman in life, I deal with a lot of disrespect. And, I have, I've gotten better at saying, have a nice day. You got your own issues, and then I deal with that a lot more as a truck driver. And, I have to really breathe and practice to, saying, have a nice day, get over yourself, whatever. Yesterday I downward spiral. So hopefully with a good night's sleep, and I do have a lot of pain in my jaw the last month or so. So I think that is affecting my mood too. I have pain in my jaw. It feels like right here in the joint, I can hear it. It feels like it's grinding bone on bone. So I'm not real sure what to do about that. But I need to see somebody about it, because it's making this hurt, and sometimes it goes up over my eye, like right now. So maybe that's affecting my mood. So there's my horrible trucking story. Hello, Laura. We are doing well. We really are. We are considering that I'm still sitting here. I am not under load. I am suddenly not making the money that I was making, and that's why I told my DM yesterday, look, something's changed. I'm not making enough money here. I was for several months, but hey, I can't afford this. I'm paying for a yarn bus. I got to keep Dooley and goodies. Good. I'm still here. Hello, Sissy. Oh, we got a couple of Lauras. I'll try to remember that. Hedgehog's Homestead, Laura. I need to make sure I'm in Wheat Ridge, Laura. I ended up leaving that load there. Told them they could have it. With a smile on my face, you can have your load. Let me see. I want to make sure I am. Let's see. Hedge, because I love the homestead channels. Hedge Hogs Homestead. I think I subscribed yesterday. I think I did. Let me see. Oh, no, I didn't. Hello. Here we go. We got it now. Yes. So, yeah, yesterday was a trying day as a truck driver. And here's something, my friend Ronnie and I were talking about this. Once we start driving truck, once we start handling what is classified by the government as an 80,000-pound weapon, oh, cool. We're handling what is classified as an 80,000-pound weapon every day. We are suddenly I'm like, did this happen to you? The more I drive, the more I am not afraid of confrontation. You want to get nose to nose with me? I'll threaten your life. I will threaten your life. I'm not afraid of it. It's not always a very pretty picture. And I'm telling Ronnie, I'm like, I probably shouldn't go as far as I go sometimes when I'm telling him, I will put you in the dirt. That is not okay. That is not professional. So do it. I do have these battles. And I'm getting better at it. But there's something about driving truck that makes you just like, I don't care. I don't care. Oh, you think I'm going too slow? I'm sorry. I'm not, weaving in and out of traffic like a jerk. With an 80,000-pound weapon, right? So no, I use my turn signal, because if something goes wrong in that lane change, I will get blamed as the professional driver. So if you want to be a jerk and not use your turn signal, you go right ahead. That will bite you in the rear end. Maybe I should crochet. Even in talking, I can feel this jaw grinding. yeah, I don't know what's going on. And it's like, I know, yeah, you go girl, but yeah, it's, one time I was at the Stanfield, it's a pilot or a flying J in Eastern Oregon. And this guy comes literally flying around this tiny little parking area about 25 miles an hour. I'm like, hey, told him what I thought of him, blah, blah, blah. The next morning, my CB antenna had been stolen. Yeah, we get dinged a lot harder than anybody else. And so I have to learn to just let it go. Because sometimes I let myself, like I was saying, I get sucked in to the drama, and then it's like, Dana, stop. It's not worth it. What would Selena Baca do? Isn't that terrible? What would Reggie do? These gracious, wonderful examples that I have. Yeah. So anyway, we're going to work on, if I can get the dog to stop snoring on and drooling on top of Aunt Martha's blanket, I'm going to, did I read? I don't remember. I don't think I did. I got to read every morning. I try to read a chapter every morning. I think I got excited about going live. Okay, baby, Mama's going to take this crochet project. Thank you, and I'll replace it with this pillow of yours. He's like, you're disturbing me, Mom. So I'm back to Aunt Martha's blanket. I wish, I don't know, it was nice. I'm glad you guys find it funny. It's a little trashy, Oh well. It doesn't matter how much education I have. I still, I resort to my lowest common denominator sometimes. Okay. It's time to crochet. What are you guys worried about? No, I didn't get a lot done on my parlor fans yesterday because I was talking to Kat. I didn't even finish, I did maybe a half a row, which I was already about a quarter of the row in. Maybe I'm up to about 2/3 because I'm not very far from the end of that one row. That is how I roll. Where is my fingernail clippers? It's in this pile somewhere. There they are. I'm gonna make sure because I don't know why, but my mom and I have the same problem. There's my friend Ron. Okay, I sent him a message. I'm doing a live video right now. Haha, exclamation point. Okay. Maybe he'll join us. Well, probably not because he's driving. He's headed my direction, actually. He's headed to the Denver area. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 after you. That's right. My mom and I both have a problem keeping our fingernails clean. We have natural fingernails and we have to keep them short because of, she works on her little mini ranch and I'm a trucker. So, and yes, there are horsewomen and truckers who are able to keep those big, beautiful, long acrylic nails. I'm not one of them. Hello, freaky geek. Hello. Hello. Yeah, so we have trouble keeping our fingernails clean. It's just how it is. So, is everybody else crocheting? I'm trying not to think about the fact that I'm not making any money and I have a yarn bus to pay for. So, I never did plug this in. Yeah, I can keep them on the wall as art. That is an excellent idea. You did some spinning yesterday. Oh, how wonderful. How wonderful. So I just want to mention again, I talked about, that Selena Baca 5 patterns for $5. That may have been because I'm a member of the American.
New message has arrived.
Oh no. Oh no, here we go. Coors reworked the load and weighed the load, showing those tandems are still 36,000. Here's how it's going to go. I'm going to make a phone call. Here we go. Hi, Crystal. Who else? Hey, so 2,000 pounds still overweight on the tandems. I, can go over there and pick up the load and adjust the tandems to the 40-foot mark. And if we're lucky, that will be enough offset. So just a heads up that that's what we're looking at. There's still 2,000 pounds overweight on the tandems. And I only have so many holes to go back, at the most 350 pounds offset for each hole. Well, yeah, but I can only go back to the 40-foot mark because I'm going to California and I only have a couple of holes. At 350 pounds a hole, I'm not going to make 2,000 pounds. But I will try it. Absolutely. Okay. Okay, absolutely. Okay. It's trucking. It's trucking. It's... Oh. I'm on hold. So she wants me to explain to one of the higher ups. Yeah, I can slide that back to a point, but only to the 40-foot mark. They didn't rework the load. They want me to take this load to Moreno Valley, and I'm not going home. Trucking is fun. Now I'm on hold. So much for, they want me to go back and pick up the same load and not go to the Northwest to go home, which I obviously need to go home. I'm burned out here. So here we are, breathing. Breathing. Okay. Obviously, I still need to read this morning. Okay. I am going to do my best. Yeah, it is pathetic. You know, they got 3 or 4 weeks heads up to get me home. And they're like, oh yeah, that'll never be a problem. Well, it's a problem now. Hello, everybody coming in. Yeah. So they want me to go to Moreno Valley rather than go somewhere west. Hello. Oh. Doing my best. It's going to be okay. So, you know, yes, I love Colorado. I really do. I love Colorado, but this is not how I want to be here. I want to be here on the yarn bus, enjoying, going back out in my old stomping grounds in southeastern. It's starting to sound like my last job. They pay a little more, but if I'm not getting the miles because I'm sitting around, I don't know how much longer they want me to sit on hold. Hello, everybody. Yeah, I do love Colorado, even though it's kind of rainy here today. I would love to be here in the yarn bus with Dooley, just, going back out El Paso County, Elbert County, and further east and exploring more of the mountains. I never got a chance to explore more of the mountains. Good morning. Good. So I absolutely will go back and try to slide those tandems. The problem is, getting them, I can only go as far back as the 40-foot mark because I'm going to Colorado. And at the most, each hole is going to be offset 350 pounds. I don't believe I had enough holes yesterday to offset, the 2,000 pounds. I don't believe I had 5, 6 holes to get back to the 40-foot mark. So I will try. If they're insisting, I will try. And maybe it'll make weight. But just a heads up, I can only go back a few holes because I'm going to California.
Right. Okay, go ahead and try that.
Sure. Yeah. Right. I appreciate that. I am kind of burnt. Yes. I honestly, I don't. Jesse! Oh my goodness, Jesse! I'm so happy. I'm like, this reminds me of Jesse over at night. Oh, that is just surprise! I appreciate it, Jesse. Yes. Jesse, that is amazing. That just made my day. I am absolutely going to try to get this load legal. That just boosted my morale. Yes. Oh, I love that you're here. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely going to.
We're doing everything again. I just sent an email to that broker again this morning, right before I picked up your call, okay?
Okay,
So we'll follow up on that. So do what you can here on this one.
I will.
We'll end up bringing it to the yard, and then we'll just work on getting it done, okay?
Perfect. Thank you, Jesse.
We'll appreciate you, Dana. Thanks for all your hard work over there. I know yesterday was a bit frustrating.
Yeah. All right. I'm so happy I'm not fired for losing my temper. Yes. I appreciate it.
Sometimes you need to just, and I both have to take a breath,
Right.
fall back, go walk around your truck for a bit,
Yeah, I will. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best to be professional. I really am. All right. Thanks, Jesse.
Thanks, Dana.
Uh-huh.
Talk to you later.
Bye-bye. You guys are not going to believe this. So Jesse, they kept talking about Jesse, and I'm like, well, I knew a Jesse over at Night Transportation. He was the, I'm bawling. That's how burnt I am. There was a terminal manager over at Night Transportation. He is now with Market Express. I'm like, no, not Jesse. That is so cool. Okay, you guys, I'm going to let you go. What they're going to have me do is pick up this load, see if I can slide those tandems to the point. I can only go so far back, and see if I can get that load legal. If I can, I'm going to take it back over to the yard and drop it. They are still working on the load to Everett. And to Everett, Washington. So Jesse's there. I'm like, wow, Jesse, he's so cool. He's like, you don't know who this is, do you? I'm like, well, you're a guy named Jesse. I'm like, no, I don't. Oh, that is so cool. Dooley would love that. Okay, you guys, I'm going to let you go because I'm going to absolutely go try to get that load legal. I'm going to try. Okay, I will be careful. It's good to see you again, Kim, Laura, Crystal, Freaky Geek, Ty, Sarah, all of you. Oh, Sissy, yes, I'm so happy to see all of you. Go have fun in other people's lives. And Jeannie, Jeannie's good to see you. Sarah, Laura with Hedgehog's Homestead, Verna, all of you guys. It is so happy to see you all. I can't believe Jesse's over here. Sharon, okay, we're gonna go get that load. Hopefully there are enough holes to offset it at the 40-foot mark. We'll see. I mean, now they're weighing it at 36,000 pounds on the tandems. That's 2,000 pounds overweight on the trailer. Thank you, Susan. Kelly. Hi, Kelly. Okay, you guys, we're going to go. I love you guys. Bye.